First of all, thank you so much for coming and you know attending this particular session. So now I would like to discuss a few things. The number one thing is that with respect to this examination, there is a notion that this exam is unpredictable. Right? You might have heard this. U stands for unpredictability, uncertainty. So that is what people keep saying. U is uncertain or unpredictable. So now I want to discuss this particular thing. Like, what do you think? You might have come across various news articles. You might have watched videos. What do you think? Do you think this is really uncertain? And you might have come across results yesterday. Did you watch the result? Who is the rank one? Who is the topper? Ishita. Yeah. So she is humanities graduate, not a doctor, but rank 5 is a doctor from Assam, and the 3 doctors from Karnataka have cleared, as far as my knowledge goes, rank 155, and 2 are joining us here. Now, why we have this belief, notion that this exam is uncertain? Chat GPT, right? So somebody fed 2022 prelims paper to chat GPT, and they asked chat GPT to solve the paper. And what was the result? What was the outcome? Huh? It actually failed to score above the cutoff, right? So what could be the reasons? Because fact is a fact, right? Fact should be a fact. So there is no alternative fact. It should be a fact, right? So then why do you think ChatGPT was not able to score out of 100 out of 100 in this preliminary test? And this has added further to the discussion that UPSC is unpredictable. This paper is very tough, mother of all the examinations. So I will give you 1 or 2 reasons it has why it was not able to solve the paper. One of the reason is that earlier prelims paper, that there are 3 stages: preliminary examination, mains, and interview. So in preliminary, what used to happen, earlier questions used to be predictable. So one could read certain parts of polity, history, geography, environment, economy, general science, general, international, national issues, current affairs, and they could get them right. Now what has happened, the nature of question paper has evolved so much that because of the demanding times we are living in, uncertain times, that the UPSC exam is trying to test the presence of mind, right? Problem solving skills, right? Ability to withstand pressure. So when you are faced with an uncertain moment, under so much pressure, can you withstand that pressure, and will you be able to solve these questions under lots of pressure? So these are some of the qualities which are required in administration. And how do they make this uncertain? The questions have become deeper and analytical in nature. So what do I mean by deeper and analytical? So the nature of question in prelims is that they are not directly, like in your NEET and CET, you will see there is a question and then directly ABCD options are there, right? So for example, in your like biology paper, the question is objective. It's a fact and there is a correct answer. Here what they do is that they give 3-4 statements. And last year there was a question where under question there were 7 statements. After 7 statements, there were ABCD options to identify which of these 7 statements were correct, right? So a particular issue you need to know in depth, and the questions have become analytical because there is an element of subjectivity in inferring them. In how do you interpret these options? So all these things have added to the notion that it has become unpredictable, right? May 28th we have preliminary examination. Coming May 28th for 2023 civil service examination, we have preliminary examination, and all over India around 10 lakh people are preparing for this particular examination, and around 4 to 5 lakh people are going to appear in it. Everyone out of 10 lakh people will not give the examination because of maybe they are not prepared well, maybe because they have this fear that this examination is uncertain, right? Now we have to discuss if this is really uncertain. Is there a way forward to actually prepare so that with certainty you can crack the preliminary examination, and with certainty you can go on to crack the mains examination, and with certainty you can crack the interview stage as well? Did anyone by curiosity look at the marks of the candidates? Today itself, UPSC has announced the marks of the candidates. Ishita Sharma, Ishita, right? So her marks in mains is 901, 901, 901, 901. In the interview, I think she has scored 193. So out of 1750 marks, the highest marks scored by candidate is 901 in mains. So this is out of 1750 marks, and then plus 193 in the interview. So 193 out of 275, right? It is not out of 300, it is out of 275. So I was just glancing through the marks in top 100. There are 37 candidates who have scored 200 plus in the interview this year, right? There are 150 plus candidates who have scored 190 plus marks in this year interview. So only 37 out of 933 ranks. So they have announced 933 ranks. Only 37 people have scored how much? 200 plus, right? 200 plus is a sure shot pass or ticket for your top 3 services: IAS, IPS, and Indian Foreign Service. The 190 plus be in one of these 3 services, but IAS sure shot when you get 200 plus. Now you might ask question, there is another element of uncertainty here in the interview. Now what is the guarantee that me, when I am preparing for the UPSC examination, right, out of this huge competition, that I am going to score 200 plus in the interview, right? So what is the kind of personality I need to develop? So there is no clarity, there is no parameters that UPSC gives. There are 100 qualities that you need to have, and then based on them we will assess you. There is no clear cut demarcation, parameters given. So they interview based on variety of questions, which I think these toppers will, Banu and Rahul will discuss some of the questions they got. In fact, Banu Prakash has got 187. So 187 is again very good score, right? So any score above 185 plus is a very good score, which says that the personality sitting in front of us is suitable for the services. So there is again element of uncertainty. How do we go about? When you start preparing for the examination, everyone's focus is on prelims and mains. That I want to crack prelims and I want to score high marks in mains. But very few people think about the interview when they start the preparation, right? So even last 3 years, the way the examination is evolving, you have to prepare in such a way that it should be integrated, right? Now coming back to how do we overcome this uncertainty? Uncertainty in terms of prelims, how do we deal with the uncertain paper? In mains, there is an essay paper. So last year highest score was 151. Second highest score was 147, and that candidate got all India rank 31. Avinash, you might have heard. So Karnataka topper. So he was from our institution, and I personally guided him in essay writing paper. He got all India, like second highest score. And essay also, that kind of topics they are giving. So welcome Mr. Rohit, Sir Rahul Shetty. So he is your super senior. Please run. Super senior and one of the brilliant minds I have seen actually, right? So he also got rank this time. Both of them will address. I won't take much of time. I will finish in another maybe 20-25 minutes, and after that we can have question and answer session. Any doubt related to UPSC you can ask, and of course in between I'll just introduce myself briefly. So my name is Vinay Kumar GB, and I am the founder of this Insights IAS. So we started in 2014 January in Bangalore. So earlier Bangalore, there were no UPSC coaching centers specific to UPSC, KAS and all there used to be. And in the very first year, I started with small number of 40 students. And in the very first year, I got like all India rank 8 and all India rank 26, rank 34, rank 95 and rank 395 out of the limited number of students. It was mainly because of focus on answer writing, something called a test-based approach. So and then the journey started in 2016. We got all India rank 1, Nandini KR. So I directly guided her. She came to me for answer writing practice, and I guided her. And since then we have been getting very good rank. All the Karnataka toppers are except this year. Rank 55 is Karnataka topper. I think she did self-study, nowhere associated with any institution. Except her, all the top ranks in Karnataka have been from Insights IAS. So we have like thousands of students, and these students are drawn from the top colleges in and around Bangalore and across the Karnataka, and also some students from Maharashtra, Andhra and Tamil Nadu are also coming to Bangalore. So there is a reverse migration. Instead of going to Delhi, so Karnataka students are preferring to stay back in Karnataka because, and most of these people, these two toppers are not per se classroom students. They never sat in our classroom and studied. So they took test series, they wrote answers, they got evaluated and they got interview guidance. But different courses, they were associated with the insights. So we have various courses from, for a total fresher classroom program to, for advanced, somebody was given mains or previous interview and would like to improve their interview score. So for everyone, everything is available in Bangalore. So this year, we are still counting. There are like more than 200 ranks which we have got. So from Karnataka, there are 31 ranks and 23 students were part of various courses. I would not say everybody from classroom program. Around from classroom program, the 4 students are from classroom program. Something called OGP, offline guidance program. Some of your seniors, like many of your seniors, actually have enrolled to that OGP program and they are doing well. So one thing I have noticed with the doctors is that, they want this to happen very quickly. I mean, you come with such a brilliant track record and good academic things, and also luckily you have backup also. So they want to give 1 or 2 attempt. So if it happens, well and good, and some of them quit later because they go into PG or they get job easily and they get absorbed with the job. Last year rank 92 is also from Bangalore Medical College, right? So fortunately he got Karnataka IPS cadre. So he is going to be IPS officer in Karnataka. So for him I guided in essay writing, mains answer writing, and also in interview. He also got good marks in interview. So forget about, about the institution. Now coming about, very briefly I will tell you how to crack this examination in a very brief manner as far as my experience goes. And because they have cracked it based on their experience, they will tell you. And another good thing that is happening today is that Mr. Banu Prakash, he has medical science as his optional. And he has scored 280 plus in medical science optional, which is very good score. So he will guide you if somebody wants to take medical science, how to prepare for it. And Rahul, so there is, if not medical science, anthropology is the another natural choice for doctors. So and he will guide anthropology, how to go about it briefly, and also broadly talk about preparing for the examination. So in one session, you are going to get so much out of it. So now let us start with the broad contours of this examination, right? How do you start? First, see, the preparation for the entire examination should be, driven through few things. One is curiosity, right? Another thing is ambition in the beginning. So if you don't have ambition in terms of, like let me crack this examination with a top 10 rank, right? If you start with the notion that let me crack prelims, let me reach till interview, then it's a self-defeating attitude. Curiosity people lack because what is given in coaching institution, they take it as the end, that is the final material, and they start relying on only coaching material, or that is material that is available on various websites, and thereby they dilute their preparation. So curiosity and interest is needed because you need to distinguish your own preparation according to your own personality. So there is individualistic approach is required. So at the end of the day, when I'm reading your essay, I would like to read your own arguments rather than arguments copied or borrowed from newspapers. What is your interpretation? What is your perspective on the issue? So that you need to develop. Second, individual quality in terms of interview, right? In the interview, when you are sitting in front of these 5 really highly experienced members, they are looking at a candidate who can really deliver, who can be suitable who can become suitable in the administration. So they are looking for certain qualities, how confident here, the personality is, how well they are able to engage the panel itself. Do you have enough diversity in your answers so that all the 5 members who are interviewing you not at all bored by your answers, right? So all the 5 members will ask questions from different fields. One will ask from economy, one will ask from international relations, 2-3 members will ask from, there is something called detailed application form, DAF, you might have heard it, right? So from there, where you have mentioned all your hobbies and interests and your achievements, scholarships, everything, on those things, they become curious and they will start asking them if you have job experience. So they will ask questions on them. So through your answers, will you be able to engage them, hold their attention, and ensure that they ask follow-up question on the same issue. So all these abilities you should develop during the course of the preparation. So how do you do that? First, you have to develop the strong reading habit of newspapers. That is must. It is non-negotiable. Hard copy newspaper, not any shortcuts of YouTube videos or anything. You should develop the reading habit of newspaper so that analytical, critical thinking is developed by reading editorials, by interpreting in your own words. Secondly, strong writing skills. Writing skill is the bedrock of this entire exam preparation. So you should not hesitate to write from day one itself. Answer writing, essay writing, anything. So in our institution, from day one, we make you write answers. From the very first week, we give you mains test, even if you are a total fresher, so that you are motivated and you are kept in the right direction. And those answers are evaluated and personal feedback is also given. So you have to use that opportunity. Many people enroll to the course, but they will never use these opportunities. So you should be proactive in this regard. So third one is with respect to the managing your optional, correct optional. So most of the doctors, as I said, medical science or anthropology, and how to prepare that, I think they'll briefly talk about it. If you can manage your optional preparation during graduation itself, so if you choose medical science, so you take the UPSC syllabus, see if it is possible to complete medical science by the time you reach internship. So that will take huge burden away from your preparation, right? The fourth thing, little bit of extra reading, reading non-fiction or fiction books, or watching documentaries of different varieties. So this extra interest or hobby is a must, in my opinion, because otherwise the so-called lateral thinking or the diverse thinking will not develop. Every competitor in this examination will be reading the same Lakshmikant for polity, same NCERT for polity, same books for geography, same books for economy. Now, how do you distinguish? So, if Ishita has scored 901 in the mains, it is mainly because of good knowledge, good content, as well as good presentation skills. So, that good knowledge will never come alone only from the coaching materials. So, you have to develop, cultivate extra examples and all. And then taking guidance is must for this examination. All these people have taken guidance, all the toppers. I'm not saying coaching is must, but guidance is must. So even if you want to do self-study, so there are certain roadmaps available, certain timetables we give you, and you need to be accountable to someone, so that you know that how to go about it, and where to, whenever you make mistakes, if you come and talk to us, we'll tell you that this is a mistake you have made, and this is what you have to correct. So this is one. This also you can do during the graduation itself. So once in a week, this is not far away. It took only 20 minutes from my institution to come here. So you just tell, I am from BMC, I'm just preparing for the UPSC. Once in a week, once in a 10 days, you can just come and interact with us. And even if it is optional, there are so many guides for anthropology and medical science, and also for GS. If you're somebody very ambitious, if you're writing answers right now, you can come and show those answers also, right? Do you get time to do all these things? So I'm talking about it, but do you get time to do these things? Bit of extra reading, some NCERT reading, answer writing. So there was a student from Bangalore Medical College 5 years ago. So he joined classes when he was in 4th year. By the time internship came, he told me that we have to work 20 hours, 21 hours during internship. So I'm not getting any time, and then he quit the UPSC preparation because he saw better future in medical science, and mainly maybe he got disturbed because of the workload, or I don't know, something happened. He was also from Navodaya school. Going forward, there is something called prelims test series also. If you are in the third year or if you are in the fourth year, if you have done basic NCERT or if you want to know how to read these NCERT, like we give 1 year timetable, something NCERT based prelim test series. So you can just download the timetable, you don't have to pay for it, it's a free timetable. And then you can align your entire preparation with the timetable, so that every week you will know that class 6th, 7th NCERT which book to read, and on those books we will be giving you questions. So there are like lot of avenues available, and on our website every year we give another year-long timetable. For example, Mission 23, Mission 24, that is also freely available. Every day we give you prelims come mains questions. So having come here, sitting in this room, interested in civil services, if at all you really want to become IAS, IPS, IFS, you can take our website, you can just search on the Google Insights. When you search INSIGST, Insights IAS website will open. On that every day on current affairs, I asked you to read newspapers. On newspaper every day we post 20 MCQs, multiple choice questions, current affair questions. Like in your free time, whenever you have break, you can just solve those mock questions. Secondly, every day we give you mains questions also, something called secure initiative. So you can write mains answers. You might have heard Srushti Deshmukh, rank 5. So she used to participate in this answer writing on our website. The secure initiative which I mentioned, she used to every day post her answers on the website, and her friends, the community which was created, they used to mutually review those answers. See, I'm not asking you to come and join Insights IAS OGP program right now, and I know that it is not feasible right now. I'm asking you to use the free resources, right? It is very easy to sell an idea, come and join the course, and we will make you IAS, join in second year, third year, because I know your limitations. And I have seen certain doctors coming and then quitting because of that internship creates a gap also. So what I'm asking you is that use your time wisely. There are resources available, and they will talk about how big. I don't think you never went to coaching, right? Yeah, here both of them never went to coaching actually. So they have used the resources, and through self-study they have cracked the examination. So they will briefly talk about it. So I don't want to take like much time discussing, because this is a huge ocean. Why doctors should prepare for civil services, that he will definitely talk about. And he has started a very beautiful initiative, 10 rupee, 10 rupee, what did he name it? 10 rupee Hattu Rupai Doctor, yes. So, like, during the preparation, because he always wanted to do social service, so he takes only 10 rupees from any patient visiting him, and then he is treating them. Like for past 2-3 years you are doing this? Yeah. So past 2-3 years he is doing it. In Prajavani also there is an article about him. Hattu Rupai Doctor. Yeah. And there is a classic question asked for doctors in interview. Now you are a doctor. You are a doctor, and you also come from Government Medical College. Government has spent so much amount of money on you. Now, that last year there was this year itself, one of the UPSC member started this question. Can you tell me the doctor to patient ratio in India? Right. So the candidate answered. How much it is? So doctor to patient ratio in India. ಎಷ್ಟು sir? Doctor. 1:834. Ideally, how much it should be? Ideally, it should be 1:1,000. It is 1:834. The latest record, data. It's okay. So the chairman asked this question. The candidate answered. Right. So what do you think? This ratio is, considering Indian population, is a good ratio or bad ratio? He said bad ratio. What does it indicate? He said it indicates there is a shortage of doctors. The next question was, yeah. So there is a shortage of doctors, right? Why do you want to get into civil services? Right? Having spent, government has spent huge money on you. And most of the doctors, earlier they used to have a cliched answer for this. As a doctor, I can treat one patient or maybe 100 patients. As an IAS aspirant, I can treat the illness in the society. No, no, it seems to be a good answer for you, but it is not a good answer, right? It is a cliched answer. So there is a way forward for everything, and it is just like you should be ready to come and talk and take the guidance. So when anybody who is serious about preparation, please visit our institution. You don't have to go to Delhi. During the 4 years, you can actually make use of the resources and at least align your preparation so that by the time you graduate, you'll be in a position to attempt the examination and crack it. So for that, there is a way forward. When you come individually, I will definitely give you a roadmap and discuss about it. So without wasting much time, I would like to ask Banu Prakash to come and address you people. Thank you so much.
So I may not be able to talk much about UPSC because I was a full-time pediatrician and a part-time UPSC aspirant. So I have been into this journey for last 3 years. Almost 3 attempts I have given, and third attempt I have been able to crack it. If you have got any doubts, because I don't want to waste your time. So if you have got any doubts, or if you want me to stick on to a particular topic or a kind of any kind of questions here, you can come up with directly. Let me not bug you with my own story, all those things. Okay. So you feel free to ask anything if you have got. Okay. So a few things I would like to tell. First thing is, as I was mentioning, doctors are not coming into civil service. Definitely, that is a matter of concern. Definitely, that is a matter of concern. We doctors, what we do, including me, how many of you are actually sure that you want to do civil service? Very good. Definitely very good. Because I remember when we were in our first and second year, no, we were busy in remembering the slide numbers. If you remember pathology, so we're busy in doing that. We never thought of civil service. We never had that lateral thinking. So that's what we do. Doctors, we get into our MBBS or medical school, and we will be studied with Park, Cunningham, many things. So we don't have that lateral thinking. I'm sure many of you have not even voted this time. That's how the apathy of doctors in lateral thinking. So definitely there needs to be more people, more doctors into the administration, not just in administration, even in politics. There needs to be more doctors because of one thing individually, definitely whatever the personal authority, there are certain values which we pick up during our graduation, especially during our internship, and if at all we do our MDs, many things we pick up at our personal level. For example, working in resource constrained areas, many things we pick up in our personal authority. Definitely, if we are given some power, we will be in a position to use that our personal authority in a better way. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Yes. So at least for that, doctors should come, and definitely social status, definitely it offers more. So at an individual level, administration is definitely a way to go. And even for the society, a bureaucracy, the more heterogeneous it is, more number of people from medicine, engineering, or whatever the background, from different backgrounds, definitely more heterogeneous, more it will be better for the society. So either way, more doctors should be coming. And I would like to differ here, as I mentioned, you are going to waste one seat of medicine. There will be many philosophical guys giving you this gyan. Don't waste a medical seat. Don't buy those things. You're not wasting any seat. Don't buy those things. You're not going to waste any seat. Okay. So that's why UPSC has kept medical science an optional, no, so that doctors can get into administration. So don't buy that. So you are going to serve more for the country. So whatever the tax money they are going to use on preparing you or training you in medical school, that will be better utilized. Okay, with a larger social impact, with a larger social canvas. So don't buy it. So you are absolutely in the right path. Get into civil service. If possible, before your MD. That is the right time, not like me. Okay, one thing. Then coming to, as sir mentioned, what you can do at this stage. As definitely sir is better than us in guiding you in these things. Definitely you should start reading your newspapers. And before that, one thing is, you must be sure, have that conviction, be sure that you are going to do civil service. Okay, so many people are there, they keep like they will be confused, they will be very indolent for very long time, 2 to 3 years. Should I start preparing or not? Should I start preparing or not? So this time I gave NEET, I'm getting radiology, I'll take it. So if I get biochemistry, I'm not going to take. Don't do that. Okay. So civil service is in itself, it is a career and it needs to be given its due importance. Okay. Don't be under confusion. That is second. Third thing, what you can do now is, with regard to optional, I'll just finish it off. With regard to optional, I would say better not to take medical science, to be very frank. Though I got very good in medical science, it is not a very scoring subject. Okay. So better and safer optionals are there, like anthropology, as sir has done, anthropology, PSR, Kannada literature. There are many other optionals for which enough study materials are available in the market. So go for it, unless you are very confident that you have mastered your subjects in your undergraduation, like from Robbins and all, you have mastered your subject, then only you can go for medical science. I'm not scaring. I mean, I'm not telling questions will arise from Robbins only, or you're going to be very experts in those things. Definitely not like that. But if you take medical science as an optional, that's going to eat up your 70% of your preparation time. Okay, so be ready for that. That is one of the difficulties with medical science optional. Second thing is, the one thing is time. Second thing is, the number of toppers from medical science is generally less. The higher scorers are usually less from medical science. That is the second thing, and there is no overlap between any subjects in your general studies. So if possible, avoid medical science. Okay, unless you are very confident in it. Okay, so despite that, or cautionary warning, you want to go ahead with medical science, for those people, you can start preparing take up the syllabus of medical science optional from UPSC, which is available on the website. Just download it and just mark. There are only few topics. For example, in biochemistry, you have got only 5 topics in biochemistry. In such topics, just make notes of 1 page. For 7th now, 1 page. For 8th now, 1 page. Just make notes. Remember, the studying for the first time is not to remember. It is just to reduce the time for second reading. It's just to reduce the time for third reading. So here I am trying to emphasize the importance of revision. So if you are able to finish up your first reading and make good notes out of your the same textbooks which you read for your graduation, you will be in a better position after your internship to go ahead with medical science as an optional. Okay, and apart from that, there are no classes, coaching, nothing. You're not even required also for a medical science optional. There are a few test series in the market, not up to the mark, definitely. So you can avoid those things, especially with regard to medical science. Okay, so for medical science, self preparation, make notes, make notes, make notes, revise, revise, revise. Fine. So with regard to writing the answer, first thing is, there will be a different part of the questions, and don't worry, it is a fixed space examination. So for 10 markers, there will be 2 page given. Okay, there is a 2 page, and for 15 markers, there will be 3 page. And if there are 3 parts, sub parts of question, each will be allotted 5 marks. So you can keep it as 5 marks for each paper, what you are going to write. So writing will not be a problem for medical science optional. Writing practice will not be a problem. Only thing is remembering. Knowing all those things and remembering, that might be a problem, but writing will not be a problem, don't worry. The same thing, or many people will be there who have scored 70, 75 and all in your examinations. So same thing, if you are able to replicate there, you will definitely do very good. Okay, but again, at the same time, don't be under the impression that just because you are a doctor, or just because you are from BMC, that doesn't assure you any rank. Not just rank, that doesn't assure you anything in UPSC. Okay, so it is a winner takes all game. Okay, so don't be under so once you leave your institution, just leave that baggage behind. Okay, that BMC or 75% RGHS topper, all those things, just keep that baggage here only, and then get into UPSC. It is a perfect level field for everyone. Okay, I have failed twice in prelims. Even after doing MD and all, I failed twice in prelims, in CSAT once. And there are many from your seniors are there who have failed in CSAT, who have lost 1 or 2 years. So don't be under that impression that you are being a doctor and you are from BMC, you are going to definitely do good there. Okay, though chances are very high you're going to do good, don't worry. Okay, so that's about optional. Make notes, and make notes in such a way that the exact same way you are supposed to replicate there in the exam. Okay, be it flow charts or be it the diagrams what you make, use the same colors, red for the artery, green for the tendon, yellow for the nerve. Use the same colors even while making your notes. Okay, the same thing can be replicated there. Okay, because already the marks allotted to or awarded to medicine is less, so you cannot afford to lose that. Okay, so make notes very short, very short, 1 to 2 pages for each topic. You have got some 260 to 270 topics. That's all you are supposed to prepare for medicine. So if you are able to make 2 page notes for each 250 topics, you are done. Okay, that would take around 45 to 50 days if you are preparing for 8 to 9 hours per day. Okay, so this for people who are preparing for for taking up medical science as your optional. Fine. Anything more? I think I have spoken more already. If anybody has got any question, you can ask, or I'll. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
ಹಲೋ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರಲ್ಲ? ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಕನ್ನಡ? ಡು ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ನೋ ಕನ್ನಡ? ಪಕ್ಕಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಆರ್, ಆಫಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲಿ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ, ರಾಹುಲ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ. ನಾನು ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿದ್ದು, BMC. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂದೆ ಕ್ವಾಡ್ರಂಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಆಡ್ತೀವಿ. DPL ಇನ್ನೂ ನಡೀತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯರ್ ಲೀಗ್ ನಡೀತಿಲ್ವಾ? RK ಸರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಹಾಂ, ನಡೀತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸೊ ಐ ಮೆಚ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್, ಐ ಗ್ರೂ ಅಪ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್. ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಬಾಸ್ಕೆಟ್ಬಾಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟು, ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಕ್ವಾಡ್ರಂಗಲು, ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಡಿಸೆಕ್ಷನು, ಬಯೋಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲೇ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಮ್. ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ರೀಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಆಲ್ ಗ್ರೂ ಅಪ್. ಬಟ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಚಿಲ್ಲಾಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ UPSC ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಥಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ IAS ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದನೇ ನಂಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಗೂ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಗವರ್ನರ್ಗೂ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪವರ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನಥಿಂಗ್, ಝೀರೋ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಅ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್. ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ, 2 ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓದೋದು, ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಪ್ಪ, ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಸಾಕು, ಇಷ್ಟೇ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆ್ಯಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್. ಇದೇ ಥರ ಆ್ಯಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೆಲವರು ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಸರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಕಾಶ್ ಶಂಕರ್ ಸರ್. He is a 2 years senior to me. There's also a person called Gopal Krishna sir. He is also 2 years senior to me academically. So ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟೀಮ್. ಆಕಾಶ್ ಸರ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬೌಲರ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ದ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್. ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್. ಸೊ ವಿರ್ ಆಲ್ ತುಂಬ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಆಕಾಶ್ ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಯು ಮೆ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಿನೀತ್ ಸರ್, ವಿನೀತ್ ಗಂಗಾಣ ಅಂತ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ IPS ಇನ್ ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ. ಸೊ ವಿರ್ ಆಲ್ ಒನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಥರ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ BMCಲಿ. ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಕೀಪ್ ಮೆಂಟರಿಂಗ್. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಏನು ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿದು, ಹೋಗೋ 2 ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಎತ್ತಕೊಂಬ, ನಾಳೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಡು, ಹಿಸ್ಟಾಲಜಿಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಷ್ಟೇ. ಸಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇನ್ BMC ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ಸಚ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಲ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ವೋಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ. ಬೇರೆ ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ 21, 22 ಅಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮದು 24, ಆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ 25, ಆಮೇಲೆ PG ಬೇಕಾ, ಇದು ಬೇಕಾ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 6 years ಆಗೋದಲ್ಲ. ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಮರ್ಜ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್, 1-2 months ರಜಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ 1 month ಸಮರ್ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್ ಥರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಮುಂಚೆನೂ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹಾಗೇನು ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹನಿಮೂನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ವಿ ವೋಂಟ್ ಡು ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್? ಹಾಂ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ರೀ. ಬಟ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೆಕ್ಟಿಕ್. ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ ಏನೋ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಗ್ರಿ. ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ವಿನಯ್ ಸರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ರೈಟ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನಿವನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ ವೆನ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರಲ್ಲಿ you won't even know what is happening there. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ವಾಸನೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಅದು ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ವಾಸನೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು 2 ಗಂಟೆ ಆದರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಬು, 4 ಗಂಟೆ ತನಕ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸು, ಸಾಟರ್ಡೆ ಆಫ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಹೆಂಗಿರೋರು ಬಂದು ಪಿ ಪಿ ಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಚಿಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು, ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ early start, and that early start is third term. You can continue in sixth term. And what is required, as Vinay sir rightly mentioned, newspapers. That is extremely important. ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸು, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕತ್ಕೊಯ್ದ್ರು. ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಅ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡಲ್ ಇನ್ ಫೋರೆನ್ಸಿಕ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಟು ಇನ್ ದ BMC. ಹಾಂ, ವೆಯ್ಟ್. ಆದರೆ ಇದೇ ಹುಮ್ಮಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಬಾನು ಸರ್ ಆಸ್ ರೈಟ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಔಟ್, ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಯಾರೂ ಹೇಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನೇ ದೊಡ್ಡವನು, ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡಲ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಐ ಮಿಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಐ ರೋಟ್. ಈ ಗಾಟ್ 218 ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಸರ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ 240 in medical science ಅವಾಗ. ದಟ್ ರೂಲ್ಡ್ ಮೀ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಗೇವ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. Medical science optional, as you rightly pointed out, it is not a level playing field for you. Postgraduates will always have an edge compared to the undergraduate. ನಾನು ಬರೀ MBBS ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, ಸರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡನ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಎಡ್ಜ್. ಅವರು PG ಕೂಡ ಓದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನೋ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕೀ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್. ದೇ ನೋ ವಿಚ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ, ತುಂಬಿಸಣ್ವಾ ಪೇಪರ್ನ, ತುಂಬಿಸ್ದೆ ಪಾಸ್. ಈ ಆಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಔಟ್ in UPSC. So you should decide the medical optional very cautiously, as he rightly remarked. Now there are few things I want to speak of. One, though, I want to know how many of you are serious candidates here. Idike I'll ask you a question. How many stages of exam ide illi UPSC li? 3 stages. Good. So first stage is called as, second, third. What's the duration, ಅಂದರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಇರೋದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ಗೆ? ಗುಡ್. ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಶೋಸ್ whoever is answering these questions ಅಲ್ಲ, that means they're following something of UPSC. That means you are getting serious mode. That is important. First stage is know about the exam. What is this exam? And ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ. RS3 ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, RS4. ಹಾಂ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಲಿಬ್ರಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. 80% ಬರ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆಯಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಟಾಪರ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಎನಿವೇಸ್, ಮೈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಷಿಯಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಟು ಥ್ರೆಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇವಾಗ 3rd term ಮತ್ತು 6th term ಅವರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ವಾಟ್, ನಾನು ಈ ಥರ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸ್ಲೆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್. ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಎಡಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಓದಿ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಲರೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಲೋ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಲಿ, ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ವೆನೆವರ್ you go to, for example, bro, Priya ma'am idara anat. If at all Priya ma'am is setting the paper, you will know what questions she will ask, what histology slide she will keep. Why? Because you know the person who examiner gottu nimge already. But UPSC you never know. The best way to learn about this is from previous year question papers. Take it from there. Previous year question papers know to analyze what is important, what is not important, what they're asking, which part they're asking more, yav direction alli keltidare. That is extremely important. As soon as you get the examiner's hang ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, you will start studying in the similar pattern. You will start studying newspaper in a similar way. You will studying books also in a similar way. But once if you do not know what they're asking, it's like shooting in the dark. It's waste. It's absolutely waste. I've done all the mistakes. This is my 5th attempt. I've written 5 mains. And I've given 2 interviews. And this is the clear ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ nothing. I was doing the same mistake. So that is how the thinking needs to be emphasized. You need to know how to go about the exam. It's just not about IAS. It is not a difficult exam. This is the truth. It's a strategic exam. You need to know what to do, without which you will not be able to do anything. You're just wasting time. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಐ ಅನಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಐಲ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ಡ್. ಥಿಯರಿ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಓದೋದು, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆನಿ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ವಿನಯ್ ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಗೈಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್, ಹೌ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಅಂತ. he used to say, you're writing well, but not up to the mark. It is true, it got reflected many times. He's a specialist in essay analysis as well as in ethics. He's really good at it. ಹೋದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. Why? Because I am not understanding the demand of the paper. We need to know the demand of the paper. ಆ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಲೈನ್ಸ್ನ ಸೆಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ಡೂ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಟೂ ಮಚ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಓದೋದು, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಓದೋದು, ಒಂದೇ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಗೆ 4-5 ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಓದೋದು, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್. ಆಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು optional, that is anthro. So basically I have taken anthropology and sir has taken medical science, as you already know. First of all, what is anthropology? First time ಕೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಈ ಪದನ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್. ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಆಂಥ್ರೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್, ಆಜಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಸೊ ಲಾಜಿ, ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ is anthropologically you will study humans both biologically as well as culturally. Caste discrimination, it's a cultural part. Tribal health issue, it's a cultural part. Biologically, genes, genetics, all such things will be present in physical anthropology. It's a combination of both. And also limited resources, easy investment, easy to revise. That is why I took it. It was interesting, one part. More than interesting, it was easy to score. That is why I took it. Less time consumed, as Banu sir rightly pointed out. 70% of your time in mains, 3 months iruttala, you have to study for 1750 marks. But 70% of your time will be investing only in 500 marks. That is medical science. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿವಸ 19 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಮೂಟೆ. ಐ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸರ್ ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ ವಿತ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮೂಟೆ, ಅ ಗನಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್. ಅದು ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೇನು nth ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ತನಕ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೀಪ್ ಫ್ಲಿಪ್ಪಿಂಗ್ anatomy, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. It is not, it's not easy. So that is why I chose anthropology. Otherwise, technical things and all, anyways, if you come to the coaching institutions or if you Google online, you will get to know syllabus enide, what they're asking, all those things there you'll get to know. But choosing an option is very important. It's just not about anthro. You can go for sociology also. Political science and international relation, it's a very interesting subject. Choose according to interest as well as ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ probability ಇದೆ that I'm going to pass in this exam. That's extremely important. That is about short and sweet age anthropology. I was also anthropology faculty in Insights IAS for some time. And after that, ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓದೋಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. So that was about anthropology. Next to coming about, as sir rightly pointed about time management. Time management is extremely crucial. Third term ali, the sixth term ali, you have lot of time and you have lot of time to waste also. And the two interns gave a stipend is to 20 or 25, 30. I used to get 15. 15 ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವಾಗ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ 30,000 ಅಂದರೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ. ಸುತ್ತಾಡೋದು, ಮೂವಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ರೆಸ್ಟೋರೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವೆರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. 2 ತಿಂಗಳ PSM ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? 3 ತಿಂಗಳಿದೆಯಾ? 3 ತಿಂಗಳು ಇಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ 2 ವಾರ? ಡರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಡರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಡರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ 2 ವಾರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸಿ Banu sir, he is working professional. With working, he is able to give 6 hours of his time, solid time per day. It is not a joke. Even if you are a free day, you give 6 hours of solid time. Let us see. You need to pick up those things. And you have to have a definitive goal. Yes, I want to clear this exam and so year. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ ಸಚ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಮೇಕ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. Only then you are very clear about what you want to do and what you do not want to do. Without that clarity, you will be wasting time. There are umpty number of people who come from BMC. Nan batch alle. Have you heard of Naveen Bhatt? He is in my batch. Naveen 37th rank. Have you heard of Nimishamba? She is a wife of Naveen. She is a batchmate of us. Love marriage horrible. IRS customs. And she again gave UPSC this year. And she again got a rank also. 20 ranks ahead of me. So all these people, whoever gets rank is not about intelligence, it's not about hard work, it's about smart work. It's about you should know what to study, when to study, how much to study about the topic. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸತಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸಿಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬಿ ಎಮ್ ಸಿಲೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಆ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಈ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಬಿಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದರೆ ಸಿಗೋದು ಲಾಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. Work experience and the interview experience somebody was asking. I would like to share my interview experience in another 5 minutes so that ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ 4 o'clock ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಸೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಯಾರಾದ್ರು ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಅನಿಸ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ share my interview experience. I got RN Chaubey on a board. Banu sir got 187 and I got 180. And this RN sir Chaubey sir board is very strict because ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂದಿಗಡೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ನಕ್ದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That is a very vicious smile. But he has his own way of interpreting things. He was also an IAS officer. He was a civil aviation secretary too, former. He knows how to do it. He knows how to do things. So we will be scared. In Madadu, Chaubey sir. Nandu ಬೇರೆ May 3rd interview ಇತ್ತು. And it was in the morning, 9 AM. First person. Usually ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವ್ರ ರೋಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಮ್ಮದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗು ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂರಿಸಿದ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮುಂದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ HOD ರೂಮ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಚೇರ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಟ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೂಸ್ ದ HOD, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಸಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಚ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಮೆಟಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಪೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಅಲೌಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೆ ಸರಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 10 ಗಂಟೆ ಕೂರಿಸಿದ್ರು ಚೇರ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ವೆಯ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫುಲ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು, ಫುಲ್ ನರ್ವಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಸ್ವೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್. ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಹೀಟ್, ಇದು ಕೋಟ್, ಬ್ಲೇಸರ್, ಟೈ ಬೇರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ. ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 10:15, 10:20 ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೂಗಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಗೋಡೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮುಂದೆನೇ ಇತ್ತು, ವೈಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ನೋಡಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಸ್ ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಿಡೋರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. 2-3 ಸತಿ ಎದ್ದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾರು ಎದ್ದೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ವಿಶ್ಡ್ ಮೀ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಚೌಬೆ ಸರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹಿಸ್ ಫೇಸ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೀನ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫೇಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಭಯ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಯಾರೋ ನಿಮಗೆ ವೈವಾ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಪ್ಪ ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಬಂದ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಡಮಾರ್, ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೋ ಅಂತ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಫೇಸ್. Anyways, my interview was lasted for 25 to 30 minutes. So adralli first question he directly made a point clear. See, this is not a police interrogation. This is just a meaningful conversation. So we are going to have a discussion here. Do not worry. You can be open. Idharella full namge nervousness alla calm down ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. That doesn't mean that you can take advantage of the situation and speak whatever you want. So you need to still know that you are sitting there for civil service purpose and they are examining you. You should never forget it. So ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ I was very happy. ನರ್ವಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಸ್ವೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಖುಷಿ ಆದೆ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸ್ಮೈಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನನಗೆ IAS ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ಸರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ, ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. So I told, sir, I would like to tell my education experience first. And to BMC college in the MBBS ಮಾಡಿದೆ, so and so batch and all those things I told. Then he asked me about work experience. Work experience actually ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಅವಮಾನ ಅಲ್ಲ. But I had one not for profit clinic, but it was also a double-edged sword to tell. So if I tell not for profit clinic ಈ 10 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಹಾಕೊಂಬಂದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೀಮು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಭಯ ಆಯಿತು. ಸರಿ, I didn't want to be explicit about it. At the same time, I didn't want to eliminate also that I didn't want to tell ಆ ಥರನೂ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂತ I just use the word not for profit. That is ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಪ್ಯಾಂಡಮಿಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಐ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದೆ. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್, ಚೌಬೆ ಸರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀ, ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್, ಹೌ ಆರ್ ಯು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದು ಅಂತ ಈ ಆಸ್ಟ್. Then I had actually previously thought about it. If somebody asked what should I tell anta, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ತುಂಬ ಐಡಿಯಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಗಿವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ I told sir, my father is funding it, I am running the clinic ಅಂದೆ. So he started laughing. All panel members started laughing. that is acceptable, that is how it is. Anta, he smiled and he asked me, he suddenly jumped to financial regulators of India. He asked a very complicated question regarding financial regulators of India, but I had really no idea about it. So as soon as he started, midway only I decided, I'm telling I don't know, even without hearing the full question. Then I told I don't know. Then he told, it's okay, it's okay. See, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is appreciated in interview. It's not that ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. So it is appreciated that he's not wasting time. He's going to be more meaningful. Honest conversation ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So next he asked me, what was it telling? What was it telling? Financial. He asked me, name any 3 independent financial regulators of India. Then I told, RBI, SEBI anta ide. You would have not heard of SEBI, I guess. Have you? SEBI gotta? Stock market ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಇನ್ನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. RBI, SEBI, IRDI ಈ ಥರ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Then he's like, do you want to merge it or do you want to demerge it? What are the advantages? ಆ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು. Okay, that was fine. Then another member started asking me about agriculture. How do you think Indian agriculture is moving? In which direction is it moving, Andrew? I told it is moving in the direction of high productivity and organic farming antande. He asked how high productivity hingagate sadhya andaga I told about micro irrigation facilities, recent drone in agriculture anta launch madidru one scheme. All these things I started telling. Nanotechnology can be used in agriculture, etc. It was like a mains answer. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆದಮೇಲೆ organic farming ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. I gave an example of Sikkim as an organic state and how that is how in the direction I am moving to. And he was okay, fine. Then out of the box he asked me PM CARES fund. Have you heard of PM CARES fund? ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಾ? PM CARES fund is a fund established by central government. It was an initiative by Honorable Prime Minister of India. He channelized the funds from the public to deal the COVID situation both effectively and efficiently. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಿ. But there's an issue. The honorable member asked me, what is the issue regarding it? I told it is an accountability issue. Basically, fundsನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಡೇಟಾ. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ how is it possible in a democracy? So that is a question. So I told that and explained that. He told, do you think the government will disclose? Anta he asked. I was in a catch-22 situation. Yes annada, no annada. No andre, I have no trust in the government at all. I am coming for a government service. I am telling no to him only. If yes andre, realistic probability idya. So which is the better? And I chose the path of yes sir, they are going to disclose. One of the panel member asked me, how are you telling? How are you so sure about it? Then I told, any government, be it in the past or present or in the future, it is based on democratic tradition, where the government needs to either voluntarily disclose it. If not, they will be mandated to disclose it, because the democratic tradition in India is hangide anta. Then the questions were shifting towards democracy. One of the member asked, do you think democracy is maintained in India? Then I told him, yes sir. Then tell me, how is it maintained? Then I told the member that I would like to make 3 points in this regard. One is values. Values such as transparency, accountability, selflessness, empathy, sympathy, integrity, all these values are embedded in the social fabric of our country. Secondly, institutions, Honorable Supreme Court of India irbodu, Honorable Election Commission of India, those are bulwark of democracy. Free and fair elections anta keltirtara newspaper alli. Election Commission of India, even in college election alli election ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುವಾಗ ballot box ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಲ್ಲ, if you know that it's tampered with, do you have any interest in conducting the election or participating in it? But Election Commission of India sees the same at large scale throughout India. And lastly, I told the people themselves, when people ask, ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, when they start questioning the government, the art of questioning itself is the spirit of democracy. So this is exactly what I told in the interview. And member, he was like, okay, fine. And another member pitched in and told, Rahul, I have been observing you since a long time. You have the habit of writing down. There's a notepad in front of me and a pencil. I used to scribble something whenever they told me, and I used to see that and tell. He told, what exactly are you writing? And secondly, how is it useful? So I told them, sir, due to the paucity of time, I would just be writing the keywords of the questions you have mentioned. For example, when they ask something what, something why, and something how, if I don't address these 3 parts of the question, it won't be complete. Usually martogti. And I also told that it's a human natural tendency to digress from a topic over a period of time. ಸೊ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಏರೋಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಹಸು ತನಕ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಆನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಐ ಚೋಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್. ಸರಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ತುಂಬ ದಿನದಿಂದ ಇತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅಂದರು. ನೋ ಸರ್, ಮುಂಚೆಯಿಂದ ಕಾಲೇಜಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಆ ಥರ ಅಂತಂದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಆಗೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಸರ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಓಕೆ ರಾಹುಲ್, ಯುವರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಇಸ್ ಓವರ್. However, I'm going to give you a blank check. Blank check ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್, ಆದರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಎನಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. ಹೌವರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಆಫರ್ ಟು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಗೋನ್ ಡೂ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಫರ್. ಸರಿ ಹೇಳು, ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ಹೇಳು ಅಂದರು. ದೆನ್ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್. ದೆನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ, ಸರ್ ಎಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಹೆಡ್, ಗೋ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್. Sir, I told him, sir, I'm a passionate cricketer. I was also a captain for BMCRI, cricket captain agidde avaga. So there are few things I learnt because of the cricket game and I would like to share with you antande. ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಟೀಮ್ಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 40 ರನ್, 50 ರನ್ಸ್, 60 ರನ್ಸ್ ಈ ಥರ ಹೊಡೆದಾಗ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೋ ಹೋಮ್ ಇರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್. ಟೀಮ್ ಹಾಳಾಗೋದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸ್ಮೈಲು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇನೂ ಸ್ಮೈಲು, ವಾರ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಸ್ಮೈಲು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಸ್ಮೈಲೇ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಹಿಟ್ ಅ 50 ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸೂನ್ ಆಸ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದ ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ಸಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ದ ಗೇಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮೀ ಟು ಅ ಕಾಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವಿಕ್ಟ್ರಿ. I started understanding the broader perspective of the game. I started enjoying the game more. I started liking the challenges in the on-field irutte. You need to take some critical decisions and you won't know it is right or wrong, but still you need to back it. You need to earn the trust of the members also. Sometimes you will go wrong. So all these things I started liking it. And lastly I told him cricket is a great leveler in life. Ivat 100 ಹೊಡಿಬೋದು, ನಾಳೆ 0. So these ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs taught me that whatever happens I have to keep marching ahead. So this is what I told Chairman sir. He was like, okay Rahul, we are happy that we had a meaningful discussion with you. Thank you, all the best. This was my interview discussion. So anyways, after this, if you want to ask any specific questions, you are free to do so because time ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. You can do it now. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಬರೀತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಾನು ಬರಿಬೇಕೀಗ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ಗೆ. ಎನಿವೇಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಡೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಡೇಸ್. ಇನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಡೇಸ್ 2 things you should remember. Whichever area is going to give you high amount of marks and that area is also volatile. ಮರ್ತು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ನೆನಪಿದ್ರೆ ಪಕ್ಕ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. Those areas are polity and modern history. Usually polity, whatever you study, you will tend to forget the minor things. Broader aspect you'll know. But minor things, like emergency ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, ಅಮೆಂಡ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಸಚ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು look after. And secondly about modern history too. Modern history ಕೂಡ the similar perspective, you need to keep revising the same thing so that you won't forget majority of things. And lastly reports and indices ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Instead of reading all the bodies reports, United Nations ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ 60-80+ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಹಂಗೆ ಓದೋದು ಬೇಡ. IMF ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ 5 ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೇ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಒನ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಲ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡೀಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂದಾಗ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ IMF ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದಂತೂ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೂಲ್ ಔಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್, ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಮೆಂಟಾಲಿಟಿ ದಟ್ ಇವಾಗಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ you will start applying the same thoughts and principles there also if you keep doing previous year question papers. Anything else? Yes please. General studies first and foremost behind any strategy is understanding the game. For me UPSC is a game. It's like a cricket game. ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೇಲಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಮಿ GS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ, GSL, what is the strategy? To understand, you need to see the syllabus. You open the syllabus, there are a lot of terms. Overall, 200 to 220 terms irataste, entire GSL. You see all these. For example, secularism and one term. You won't know what it is. Know what it is. Next, you see what direction they're asking. Are they just asking factual questions, or are they asking thinking type or analytical type of questions? You should understand one on topical. As soon as you understand, demarcate. Okay, idu e topical analysis beku, current affairs beku. And whenever you see the same thing in the newspaper, you start adding those current affairs to your notebook. This is how each and every topic needs to be worked out. Overall, if you follow this approach, you will get a definitive GS strategy. Anything else? Yes, please. Firstly, there are two parts in this question. First thing he asked, second part he asked about how is it helping you in general studies. First is general studies. No? How is it? Okay. First is he asked about general studies. Not much of help. Not much of help. PSR, if you take political science and international, a lot of help will be there for GS2. GS2 entirely is polity. If you take optional of PSR, there is a lot of example. Medical science, there is absolutely no help to the general studies. Anthropology, not much of help. There are few parts, yes, you can, it is helpful. For example, statistics of tribals, you can use it in society part of GS1 in mains. But not significant. What about the second part of the question? Trend. Trend cannot be predictable. I used to ask the same question to Vinay sir. Hengide sir trend? Is the option togobeka? Is the bari beka? All such things we keep asking him. But trend is not predictable. As of now, a level playing field has been established across all the optionals. Tira high, tira low, kortila. If you have done justice to that particular subject, you will get a decent amount of marks which helps you to clear the exam. Anything else? Good question. Anthropology easy subject. Everybody can do it, but the competition jasti agala. There's one catch here. Have you heard of any undergraduates in anthropology? In India, there is no undergraduation for anthropology. Post-graduation, there is no undergraduation. That means you have already established a level playing field. Ellargu one subject kottange. And if you are smart enough and have a good strategy, definitely you can go ahead in the competition. Anything else? Keltar. Definitely ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ. First interview ನಾನು ಹೋದಾಗ they asked, Satyavati madam was the board, and she asked me, you're a doctor, you have medical science, and why are you taking anthropology? And she, you know what else she asked? As soon as she asked, I smiled at her, and then she's like, did you take anthropology because it is easy? Because it is scoring? Because it is not much of competition, or because medical science was tough? Antane ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. First I told, madam, I would like to tell two reasons. First is it was interesting. Second thing is, I agree with whatever you told. So, madam smiled and we moved on to the next question. Yes, as you told, it is correct. Anything else? Okay, thank you.